Hello, good morning, and welcome to Effortless Abundance Day 2, Take 2 Masterclass Day. If you have been in this masterclass, you know that this is all about effortless abundance. And yesterday, man, do I have a story for you. I came on and I spoke fire to you all about Effortless Abundance Day 2, about embracing abundance, about feeling your feelings, all of that. And in that, like 5 minutes into my video, I got a call, a spam call even, you guys. And apparently I didn't know that when you do a live video and somebody calls in, Instagram mutes your sound. So the rest of my 48-minute video was with no sound. And I had a backup recording on my computer, but that didn't work because the file was corrupted, despite me trying all of the things and my team trying all of the things. We couldn't get it to work. So today I am redoing day 2. This is take 2 of day 2 of Effortless Abundance. And this is a prime example, you guys, of being effortless, living an effortlessly abundant life. Here's the thing. Was that frustrating from yesterday? Hell yes. Do I want it to happen again? No. Do I know why it happened? No. Is there a lesson in it for me? Yes. Do I get to choose to get really upset and allow it to affect me and all like this downward spiral that I have to take extra time to do it? That yesterday I feel like I delivered potent content and the feelings like, am I going to be able to deliver that again at that level or even better today? I don't know. I think so. Whatever that reason was, the universe has my back, right? And that had to happen to teach me a lesson. Had to happen to teach me a lesson. So when I'm teaching a master class with 500,000 people on it, it doesn't happen. I know to turn my phone on do not disturb, so that will never happen again. And I didn't know that. These are lessons that we can choose to allow us to break us down, or we can choose to learn the lesson in it, see the lesson in it if we can. If we can't, okay, maybe that wasn't even the lesson, and move forward. Could I have easily thrown in the towel and been like, done, there's no day 2. Sorry, you get day 3 and that's it. Totally, I could have, right? No, I'm here. I'm going to deliver it to you again. It's going to be potent AF. I'm also recording it on a backup camera on my computer in Zoom. So, we'll see what happens. I hope for the best. Here's the thing. My heart is in the right place. Me delivering this content to you is in the right place. And that's all I can do, right? And the universe is always meeting me step for step with my desires, all right? I also have both of my children are home today, which wasn't the original plan with no childcare. So there might be some interruptions, but this is me in effortless abundance. This is me bringing to you this potent and powerful content, this magic, my mission, my medicine to give to you for you to open up your entire world and transform into being abundant AF, because that's what you are. Let's recap on day 1. So day 1 was all about abundance is your birthright. You were born perfect as a beautiful little child from God, the universe. You were created here and you were perfect. You still are perfect. You just don't think you are. This is why, and I love this analogy, why your children think they can have anything that they want, because they really can. And guess what? So can we. It's only that we place these beliefs on ourselves, which we're going to talk about later in day 3. We place these beliefs on ourselves that says, no, we can't have that because it takes away from somebody else. No, by doing that, people will judge me. No, by doing that, I'll feel guilty. No, by doing that, I'll take, what will people think of me? All of these perceived and just having guilt for being in abundance and all the things. And you notice when your child asks for something, they have zero guilt. They have zero shame. They want it because they want it because they want it. And it works the same way as adults. We just have to clear all those beliefs that are no longer serving us. And we have to absorb the fact that our abundance is our birthright. Whatever we want is ours. It's for us to claim. We are so freaking powerful. We create our reality, right? We manifest our reality. Everything in front of us. This water bottle is a manifestation of my mind that I've created. I bought it, right? All the things. We also talked about in day 1, a couple of illusions, the illusion of money, right? We created money because we were tired of the bartering system. We were tired of saying, okay, I want this sheepskin and I'll give you a goat for it. Or I want these I want these 5 ears of corn and I'll give you this stalk of broccoli. Instead, we created, right? We as humans created money as a universal exchange, right? Exchange of energy for a product, for a service, for a good, any of that, to make it more convenient for us. So we no longer have to go to the store and bring all of the other things we own to barter and trade with for the things we want. Now we take money. Yet we've put money on this big pedestal. That money is out of reach for us. It's not available to us. That we're not abundant in wealth, that we can't have too much money. We put it on this pedestal of like money is anything and everything, yet all it really is paper. And guess what? We created it. We print more of it every single day. And so we talked a lot about this in day 1 about our illusion of money and how we can see money differently and choose abundance in money and know that more money is always coming to us. We also talked about the illusion of, generations and of abundance and how everyone sees something differently, how they're taught something differently, and how you could look at what you were taught and see if that still serves you. We're going to get into more of that in the day 3 training. But today, you guys, we're going to play more in abundance, okay? Play with the feelings. What does it feel like? We're going to talk frequencies a little bit. We're going to talk energetic matches and playing in the abundance. So let's jump into it and let's talk about abundance is playing in gratitude and desire, and that raises your frequency. So let's talk a little bit about frequencies. Frequencies, the best way I can explain them is the radio station. So if I want to turn the dial on my radio to 94.1, that's my favorite country radio. I love country music. And it comes in and I'm like, woo, rocking out, singing to country music. And then all of a sudden I drive out of range and now it's like, the frequency is gone, right? I'm no longer an energetic match. I'm no longer a match for that level of the frequency, right? Of the abundance frequency on 94.1. So this is what happens, you guys, when we go to manifest something, when we call in our desires. Yet the abundance frequency lives in abundance, okay? When you're living your most abundant life and in your desires, which your desires are things that you want, things that you're calling in to manifest next. So these are things that you're saying to the quantum field. The quantum field at a high level, how I explain it to my clients is, you're going into Target and it has anything and everything you want. It has, your dream car, your dream house. It has a flat tire. It has poor health. It has anything that you want, good or bad, right? The quantum field doesn't distinguish what's good or what's bad. It gives nothing meaning. It doesn't know that $1 million is amazing. It doesn't know that $5 is It doesn't know that 20 cents is even less. It has no meaning. We assign it meaning. We assign the $1 million to be woo woo. We assign the penny to be like, it's a penny. To the universe, it's like, here's your penny. Here's your $1 million. No difference. So in the quantum field, you go into Costco and you say to the quantum field, I desire $1 million. And the quantum field says, okay, just go like $1 million. Brings it down from the shelf, puts it in front of you. And it's like, is this an energetic match? Oop, nope, it's not. Puts it back up on the shelf. Okay. Jessica would like her dream car. Pull it off the shelf. Is this a match? Boop. It's a match. Here you go. Maybe not instantly. Does it show up in your reality? But it's coming to you, right? You're an energetic match for it. And the quantum field doesn't say like, oh, she keeps trying for this and she's not a match. She's not a match. She's not a match, right? Like stop trying. There's no penalty, right? We're not punished when we keep asking for the same things. But we know the universe is always conspiring in our favor. So, and in the quantum field, it's simply an exchange, you guys. You ask for what you want, and matches up to you. And if you're an energetic match, if you match that frequency, right, on the radio, you get it. So how can we play more in the field of in the quantum? How can we play more in our desires? How can we align more with our desires to feel more abundant? Because here's the thing, raising your frequency is being in alignment, okay? And what I mean by being in alignment is when you are acting like you have that desire, you're living it already, you're embodying it, okay? And you're not allowing, and you're trusting and surrendering and taking inspired action the universe gives you towards that desire, not just sitting on your hands and waiting for it to show up to plop in your lap. It's on its way to you. It's when we overcomplicate things and we doubt and we fear and we make up more BS stories in our head that it's even further from us. So it's who are you in the in-between? Who are you in the void, right? Who are you in the gap? Who are you when you've asked for your desire, yet it's not here? So I want to encourage you to play. This is the work. It's playing in your desires because that raises your frequency. Playing in the frequency of gratitude for what you have, and also the excitement for what's coming, what you're calling in your next manifestation. So being grateful for where you are and ready for more, that raises your frequency, right? So if you're not yet an energetic match for it, you will be. You keep raising your energetic frequency, right? To eventually become a match for the thing that you called in at the quantum universe called Target, similar to Target. And here's the thing, as we're talking about embodying it, you can't need your way into what you're asking for. You can't, I need this $1 million. When you say need, when you live in need, when you use the word need, I freaking hate the word need, it's in lack. That's in the lack frequency. We want to live in the abundance frequency in the quantum field, right? There's all of these different frequencies, like there's 94.1 on the country radio station. There's the abundance frequency. There's the lack frequency. There's the wealth frequency. There's the health frequency, all these things. And you can be tuned into all of them at once, or none of them, or the abundance and the wealth and the health and the, but also in the lack frequency, whatever. But when you are in the need frequency, the lack frequency, like attracts like, right? So this is why when you're in that frequency and things of lack are happening to you, like you have a flat tire and then, you lose your job at work and then you get a big bill in the mail and then, because you're in that frequency and like attracts like. This is law of attraction, right? You attract what you're thinking, feeling, being, you get more of that. So when you are more abundant, when you're like living your life to the fullest, you're being the person who has your desires, you're acting as the person who has your desires, you're taking the inspired action that the universe gives you, you are attracting more of that, more abundance, right? Which is then when people get in this and they align with their desires, their manifestations show up in their reality so much faster. So much faster. And so I want to encourage you to play in this. I love to write a desires list. And the number that I love to use is 111 desires. And these are desires that you're calling in, that you want in your life, whatever they are. Write them down. Just give yourself some time and don't put any pressure on it, right? This should be when you're in a quiet space, when your children aren't running around, and write what you want. Don't judge. Don't allow yourself to move into the should or the needs, right? Like we talked about, we're not operating from the lack, from the need. We're not operating the lack frequency. We're going for abundance here. So what do you desire? And tuning into that. Write down that desire. And allow yourself to free flow and write until you get to 111. And then I want you to go back and read them out loud and see how it feels to you. How does it feel when you say those desires out loud? Are you like saying them quietly because you don't want your kids to hear or your husband to hear? Or are you like, this is my desire. I'm going after it. I'm getting it. It's mine. And then you get to when you're like, I can't say that. No way. I can't want that. No way. Why would that even come out? Why would I even write that down? So often we judge ourselves and our desires. we're afraid of what other people think. We're afraid of being disappointed. What if it doesn't come true? We don't even want to want that because we think, and we talked a lot about this in day one, by us having that, somebody else will have less. And that's not how the world works, right? We talked about this in day one. So I would invite you to go back and look at clearing those like we talked about, because by you having what you desire is actually inspiring other people. It's saying to them, they can have what they want too. So it's never taken away from somebody else by you wanting what you want, by you desiring what you want. So look at the list, read it aloud, see how you feel. This is something that I do every day. I read through my desires list, 111 of them. I cross them off when they happen, and I have like a big dance party and maybe like a celebration ceremony, or we'll do something fun as a family, or Nick and I, or just me, myself, when one of those desires manifests. It's incredible. And I will read them aloud every day though. And I will allow myself to feel the feelings of how I will feel, who I will be, how I will be showing up when that desire manifests in my physical reality. And by allowing myself to feel each one, I'm able to tune into the frequency of that, right? So remember how we talked about when you go to the quantum and you ask for the things, when you're being that person, you're more likely to, right, align with that frequency to become a match for it, for the universe to bring it to you. Really easy, okay? Yes, I read all 111 of them every day. You can too. You don't have to spend 5 minutes on each one, you guys. It's just like an easy, like, tune in, it feels good. Okay, let it go. Every day. Love it. Love it. Love it. It's totally transformed how I look at things. So in this, as we're playing in these abundant feelings today, I want you to embrace the fact, what if you saw your abundance as you are so abundant, and abundance is you, and you didn't have to worry about it, right? You didn't have to worry about a roof over your head, the food in your belly, the money in your bank account, all that. It just is. Just like you breathe air and you never worry and think like, oh, am I going to run out of air here to breathe? Am I going to run out of water to drink? No. I mean, there are exceptions to the water part, right? Let's say in general, you never worry about air to breathe. You never worry. I want you, every time you feel that fear of like, is there enough money? Is this really going to work out for me? I want you to remember that abundance is your birthright. Like we talked all about on day one, abundance is you. You woke up today, which means you're abundant AF. I want you to remember your children who want everything and think they can have it all. That's you. How can you adapt that belief? How can you adapt the belief that like, I don't have, like, abundance is me. I don't worry about air, and abundance is the same thing as air. It is. There's enough for everyone to go around. And by you desiring what you want, what you desire, it's made for you. And by you choosing to align with it, by you choosing to call it in, by you choosing to do the work of looking at it, seeing how it makes you feel, clearing anything that isn't serving you, any of the beliefs, it comes to you that much faster. And it's meant for you. See abundance like breathing air. Now I want to talk to you guys about feeling the feelings. We've touched on this a bit, but let's anchor into it a bit more. As women in particular, we have a lot of feelings. And a lot of times we're taught to suppress those feelings. And here's the truth. Those feelings are our superpowers. And when we can feel the feelings and allow our bodies to process the feelings, there's gifts in them. So what am I talking about here? Do you know that one of women's biggest fears and the thing that we avoid the most is the feeling of disappointment? We don't want to be disappointed. We don't. We have these like unrealistic sometimes expectations, and when people don't meet them, the universe doesn't meet them, we get so disappointed, and it's the worst feeling in the world. And I know I know. This used to be me. But here's the thing. Logically, let's look at this from a logical perspective. I've been disappointed. You've been disappointed. Are we not both still sitting here? Are we not both still okay? You can hold disappointment and be okay. This is why women will say yes to everything. This is why women will do anything and everything for everyone but themselves. Because they want to spare everyone from feeling disappointed. Because they felt it and they don't want anyone else to feel it. But by us not allowing others to feel disappointment, we're not doing them any favors. Because there's gifts in disappointment. There's gifts in feeling your feelings. When you don't allow yourself to feel your feelings, what happens is your body holds on to that feeling and that emotion. You don't allow your body to process that emotion. And then what happens is it becomes stuck energy in the body. And that stuck energy in the body manifests itself as anxiety, poor health, poor sleep, all the things, excess weight, whatever. And emotion is literally energy in motion. When you feel the feelings, allow yourself to feel the feelings. How can you, instead of feeling like the disappointment is coming, I must shove it down, I must do something else. How can you sit in the disappointment like, this sucks. I didn't want to be disappointed. Like, you disappointed me. This sucks. I disappointed myself. This sucks. I didn't want this. I wanted it to turn out differently. Okay, I just want to sit here and be disappointed. And allow yourself to sit in the feelings, however long it takes, and not make it mean anything about you. Doesn't mean anything doesn't mean you're a bad person that somebody disappointed you. Doesn't mean you're a bad person that you disappointed yourself. Doesn't mean you screwed up. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a feeling. And we get to decide what feelings mean. We get to make feelings mean something. Otherwise, we could just get to sit there and feel disappointed and allow it to flow through you. Have you ever noticed this? This just happened the other day. Connor, my littlest, was crying about, I don't even know, a toy, not wanting to eat his lunch. I'm not sure. And so, no, it wasn't that. I don't know. So I said to him, I was like, I'm really sorry you're upset. And we had a conversation about whatever it was that happened. And I said, if you still want to keep crying, honey, that's okay. I want you to work through those feelings, and crying is totally fine. I said, but I'm going to ask that you go, or you're going to go sit over here, okay? Because you're disrupting the entire house. So I want you to sit over here, allow yourself to keep crying, allow yourself to process it all. And then when you're done, come out and play. No big deal. And that was it. And you guys, he cried for a little while, but was totally fine, just crying and crying and crying. And then all of a sudden, done. Because he allowed the emotion to pass through him. And that's what will happen with you too. If you sit with yourself and you allow yourself to process the emotion, and sometimes it might be 5 minutes, sometimes it might be 30 seconds, sometimes it might be the day. Don't put a time constraint on it. Allow yourself to pass through. You know it will pass. You know you've felt certain ways before, and you eventually get over it. Allow yourself to let it flow through you. Because when you let it flow through you, it doesn't stay stuck in your body. It's not stuck energy. So energy can't get blocked in there. It's not going to mess up your alignment. It's all of these things. Process the emotions. And here's the gift in it. When you allow yourself to process the emotions, often the universe speaks to you in emotions. And when you allow yourself to process these emotions, you come out on the other side and you realize, I'm okay. You get this overwhelming calmness of, okay, that wasn't so bad. I can do that. I can handle that. Think back to a really hard time in your life when you were very emotional. And at the time, you're like, I don't think I can get through this. But now that you're through it, you're like, okay, and that actually happened for me. Okay, all right. And I'm okay. So what am I so afraid of Why am I trying to not feel the feelings? Why am I trying to do anything and everything to not feel disappointment? In my case, why am I trying to grip and control anything and everything? Because I don't want to feel these feelings. When actually the feelings are a gift to me. I need to feel them. If they're being presented to me, I need to be feeling them. So here's the story of me, of how I used to be. And I'm still releasing some of that. I love to keep control. I love to have a backup plan. I love this is it. Okay, we're gonna do this, but if this doesn't work out, if this person doesn't call us back, or if we can't get into this restaurant, then we're gonna go here. If this doesn't work out, then we're gonna do this. If this doesn't work out, then we're gonna do this. Like I got at least 3 plans. If he doesn't take a nap at this time, then we'll try to nap him at this time. If they don't have these shoes here, then I'm gonna go here. If they don't have those shoes here, then I'm gonna call here. It's like, because I don't want to feel disappointed. Because I don't want to feel hurt. Because I want to be in control. Because whatever. Ridiculous, right? Do you know how much energy that takes? That gripping, that controlling? Do you know that gripping and controlling doesn't allow the universe to communicate with you? It doesn't allow the flow to come in. And can you imagine what being married to somebody like that is like? It ain't fun. I didn't love myself when I was like that. That's for dang sure. When you can release the control and allow the flow to come in, allow the communication with the universe to come in, allow yourself to know that hey, I intend every night before bed, I visualize how I want my next day to go. I visualize it. I want my kids to get up happy. I want to get up happy and healthy and have a bomb meditation, have a kick butt workout. I want to connect deeply with Nick. I want to make a freaking impact for all of you. And I want my kids, I want to interact with them in love so they feel the love. I want them to eat their freaking breakfast with me telling them one time when I just said it in front of them. I set all these intentions, right? And I have all of the confidence that that's going to happen. But I also know if it doesn't, I'm going to be okay. If it doesn't, and I have to tell my kids 1,000 times and I maybe lose my shit on them because I'm fucking eat your breakfast, I know that it's going to be okay. I know that I'm going to be oh man, I don't love that I freaked out on them. But I know I can feel the feelings of disappointment in myself that I lost my shit on them. Work through that, allow me to feel the feelings of that and come out on the other side, right? I know that not everything is going to go as I visualized it, and that's okay. That's the flow. When you grip and control and you schedule yourself so much like this, there's no room for the universe. The universe can't get into this. The universe can't bring you gifts like this. The universe can't bring you more abundance like this because you have it all planned out and your plan is perfect. So go for it. But is it really perfect? It wasn't in my case. In fact, not even close. Right now, this life I'm living is 1,000 times better. I would take this life over that one every single day. And it only gets better every day. Feel your feelings. Feel them. There's power in them. Teach your children to feel their feelings. Just like the other day I shared when Connor, all of a sudden it was a switch, he was over it. The same thing happens for you. Feel your feelings and give yourself time to feel your feelings and set the boundary with your family. Hey, I need to feel this out. And allow them to support you in that and allow your friends to support you in that. So much power in your emotions. The other thing our emotions allow us a gateway to, especially in terms of, abundance and manifesting our desires and attuning to the well frequency, is there's so much duality in the world. And duality is, hot, cold, rich, poor, up, down, all of that. That's duality. There's duality in your feelings too. And when you raise your emotional intelligence, you can hold the duality more of feelings. Let me give you an example. And as moms, as women, and as moms, we hold the duality of so many things, right? We could be so freaking happy at work and our business, and then our child comes home and shares that something happened at school, someone wasn't that nice to him. And it's like, oh, knife and heart, right? So happy, knife and heart. You could hold both of those at once, right? You could hold being so freaking happy and sad at the same time. That's duality. And when you can hold both of these at once, you can hold being disappointed in how your bank account looks right now, but so freaking excited for when it shows the number that you want it to show. That's duality. And in duality, there's power. You know, we often think when you're sad, you have to be sad. And you do to feel your feelings, but that doesn't mean you can't also be sad and excited for somebody else. Duality, right? And when you can accept, this goes back to gratitude, which is the topic of today, right? Anchoring into the abundance frequency and gratitude is being grateful for where you are and also really freaking excited for more. That's the sweet spot. I'm so grateful for what I have and I'm so ready for more. Being the more, right? Embodying the more. That great word of embodiment. Who are you when you have that manifestation? And we're going to end on this, you guys. When the inevitable abundance that you're seeking is here because it's coming to you, because it's inevitably on its way to you, who are you? Who are you being? How are you acting? How are you dressing? How are you showing up? You're so freaking grateful, right? That's how you're showing up. And you're so freaking excited for what's coming. And you might be disappointed it's not here yet, but you're also so trusting and so surrendering and so in the flow and listening to the universe and the inspired action that the universe brings you. When you read your desires list and the universe says like, hey, try this, call this person, hey, invest in this. That's a gift. And when you listen and you take that action, even when it doesn't make logical sense because it lots of times won't, that's called inspired action. And that is you meeting the universe. You take the first step, the universe meets you to respond. The universe speaks, you take action. The universe, okay, she's serious, let's do this. But you have to go first. You have to desire, you have to identify what you desire, call it in by asking the quantum for it, by aligning and embodying the feelings, who you would be when that happens. You sit back in the feminine and you allow it to flow in. You allow yourself to receive it and you listen for that inspired action. You take the inspired action, then you sit back and wait. When you get another inspired action, you do that. Then you sit back and you wait. This is it, you guys. This is abundance. It's you. It's within you. It is you. How can you play more in it? How can you play more in it? I'm so grateful that we redid day 2. It was magical. And I'm going to see you back for day 3